it's me, Renee. I'm back. So this is Audiobookathon wrap up. It took place, took place from March 8th. I'm going a bit crazy here inside. All time, but not all time, but yeah. But anyway, it happened from March 8th till 21st. First, a little digression. When I started this readathon, for some reason I thought it ended today or tomorrow. I guess dates don't really work my brain because, everywhere it says like the 21st, which is Saturday of 2 days ago. So, I should know that it didn't last till today. But for some reason I thought it lasted until today. But it doesn't really matter. I did listen to some stuff. I did. So yeah, Audiobookathon, it took place over 2 weeks. Well, more or less 2 weeks. I had a plan to read more than I did, but I ended up reading 7 books. So I can't really say that's too bad, really. 7 books in 2 weeks, or honestly, I listened to them the first week, so 7 books in 1 week, more or less. I would say that's pretty decent, really. Pretty damn decent. That's actually 1 book each day, and you can't complain about that. No, you can't. Yeah, I really liked participating in this readathon. It was really enjoyable, really nice, and it's not the readathon's fault that I was a bit slumpy last week. That affected all the readathons. I suppose I should just not do all the readathons next time, or not sure. I'm not sure, because before I had participated in several readathons as well, and at once, and it has worked out. So I suppose I'm just unlucky last week. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get to it. So, yeah, I didn't get to all the books from TBR, but I got to some of the books. So, by narrated by author, I planned to read this one, as I said, in TBR. I ended up instead doing. I thought also until the very last minute I'll do this, but I didn't end up doing it. Yeah, just completely off the record, completely all decks on the table. No, what am I trying to say here? To be frank, yeah, I end up. Maybe I said this. I'm gonna repeat myself. I end up listening mostly the first week. This last week I didn't really listen that much, so even though it lasted 2 weeks for me, I just kind of used 1 week. So yeah, I remember I said it. You repeat yourself. That's happening. That's something that happens, really. But yeah, yeah. I wanted to read this one because it's narrated by author. End up not doing it. End up listening to The British by Tony Robinson, which actually counts for a lot of prompts. It's narrated by author. It's narrated by a celebrity. He's Baldric from Blackadder. So yeah, he's quite famous in Britain, in Great Britain, and the world that knows about Blackadder. And it also has done acted other stuff as well. So yeah, it's quite famous for that. And also, it's a small audiobook. It's like 2 hours. No, it's 1 hour, like 10 minutes. So it also kind of for that. And it's also non-fiction. So 4 prompts, 1 book. Not that shabby, really. I would say that's quite good, really. And then, yeah, I had planned to read Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay as a non-fiction book. I did start reading listening to that for the audiobookathon. I ended up not finishing it before today. So, yeah. But I did listen to it from most of the readathon, so does it count if you didn't finish it? I'm not sure. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll listen to some of it anyway, so you know that. And then the full cast narration. I already talked about I already talked about this in the wrap up. Sorry, in the update. I did an update earlier. But yeah, I finished these two. Actually, finished third yesterday, but since yesterday is the day after readathon, it wouldn't really count. So yeah, both of these are, as you might see, Norwegian fullcast audiobooks. It's in CD forms, ancient form of CD. Yeah, I actually have a CD player myself. I bought it actually just 4 years ago. So yeah, you still get CD players, at least in Norway. And yeah, both of these were very enjoyable and fun to listen to. I really enjoy really full cast because in addition to having different narrators, different voices, you also have like sounds of people walking, and you know have the sounds of something hitting something. You have like more, but yeah, there's more production to it. While if it's just an audiobook narrated, there's not that much of production really, even though they're often good as well. But yeah, full cast is really fun. Yeah, both these were really good. Do we have a favorite? Not really sure I have. Both of them were really good. Both of them included narrators, no, sorry, voice actors that I really enjoy and I've heard before in other places, and their voices are really good for like expressing emotion and for like acting. So yeah, it's like, oh, it's you, oh, and you're doing a villain, what? And it's just a lovely experience, So yeah, I wrote those two. So actually two for one prompt. I wouldn't say that's too bad. Yeah, actually both of these are actually okay, sorry. One of them is 3 hours, and one of them is 2 hours, and one prompt was to read a audiobook under 6 hours. So yeah, those two worked for that as well. So yeah, I had planned to listen to Connie, Demon Barker of Demon Street, a Carnegie Punk short story in the words in the Iron Druid series. I started listening to it. I wasn't really in the mood for it, and I never ended up finishing it. So yeah, can't really say anything about that. I have it on my audiobook app, so I probably will listen to it sometime. I just haven't so far. Yeah. Next up, a favorite book. Honestly, I didn't really end up doing one of those. Well, I suppose here I'm gonna just go say something that's I suppose on the fence, maybe. I did listen to The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. Yeah, as you see, I have the hardcover, but I ended up listening to it all on audiobook, not reading a bit at all. I just listened to all of it because, yeah, it was very fun to listen to it. The narrator did very good voices for all the people. But yeah, this one I'm thinking it's probably someone's favorite book, though I'm not sure. Like I don't know who specifically loves this as their favorites. But probably someone does because Mackenzie Lee is a famous author. And I know, I'm pretty sure that her first book in the series, A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, is probably someone's favorite book. I would say it's one of my, maybe a favorite, or like up there at least. So yeah, that one. I suppose you could say I could have listened to a favorite book that I love myself because I saw Stephanie from Stephanie Romance did that. She reread one of her own favorite books. I could have done that, but yes, as I said, wasn't highly in the mood, and because I had to prioritize which books to listen to or not, that's how I ended up doing it. So yeah, and yeah, I also almost forgot about one book. I also finished Firestarter, which I actually actually started that on. No, did I start it? On the 8th? Yeah. I started I started this month. I finished it this month. I finished it on 10th. Yeah, on 10th, I'm pretty sure, March. The Firestarter is the third in the Timekeeper trilogy by Tara Sim. So it worked for the earlier readathon of Psycholothon, but it also worked for this because I will listen to it on audiobook. And yeah, honestly, that one, the audiobook, like the narrative was good. The story was not that good, really. I didn't really like the ending. I felt like a lot of reviews. I agree with a lot of views on Goodreads. That I felt like the book was too slow, and then suddenly everything happened at once, and then suddenly it just ends. It was just kind of weird for me in a way. So yeah. So yeah, and that was my audiobook experience, really. I end up as I said, end up listening to no, sorry, forgot about my one book. I'm so mean. No, I'm not mean. I'll see it. I'm human. Humans forget, don't we? Yes, we do. So yeah, I also listened to Newt's Emerald by Garfinix. It's a gaslight fantasy. Gaslight fantasy is a fantasy set in historical England or historical period. I'll link the definition in the blue, but I think I'm pretty sure gaslight fantasy means like Jane Austen, like the Jane Austen type where you have the different high society and stuff, but it also includes some fantasy elements. Pretty sure. I'm gonna check it out in the blue. I'm just gonna say, yeah, the real definition will be in the blue. But yeah, Newt's Emerald by Guffnix. It was also not that long. It maybe was like 7 hours, 6 hours. No, it's not like long. And yeah, on paperback, I think like the pages is like 210. So yeah, it shouldn't really be that long of an audiobook. But yeah, it was a really entertaining audiobook and story. It was a really well narrated story. And all in all, yeah, I have no complaints about that one. So really delights. I suppose the only complaint I would have would be it was too short. But I really kind of liked that it wasn't so long. I kind of fit as to watch, really. I didn't really, can't really say I had any complaints about it, really. More or less. Yeah, can't say I do. Yeah. I suppose that's it, more or less, really. I really enjoy doing this readathon. I was a bit sad I didn't end up doing that much last week, but last week I was in a huge slump, or more or less very slumpy. I just finished 2 books last week, so yeah. Other than that, I hope audiobook fun comes around in the future, which I probably think it will, because I think this is the second time. No, is this the first time? I'm not sure. I'll link it. I'm citing Lulu. And yeah, thank you for hosting and creating this readathon, you creators. And yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed doing it. Hope to be able to do it in the future. And yeah, this is me, Sing Renee, out.